Hey guys, it's Jody.
And David.
And we're the Whiskey Rebellion. It was at that moment I knocked him off the donkey. Hey guys, it's Jody with the Whiskey Rebellion again. And apparently we're doing a Halloween episode, it looks like, or maybe this is our casual dress. Who knows? But I like that kind of look. Woohoo. Anyhow, all of us look different except for, well, I guess the grown-ups, which would be Rob and Melvin and Chuck. Billy, I guess, looks normal now, but you guys didn't see him before the show. That's not even.
I'm getting ready to page. I'm getting ready to peel some onion, if you know what I mean.
I'll turn the video off.
I gotta say, Billy, I was surprised that you had Cafe 305 tattooed in that spot.
It's big enough.
I was actually quite entertained by where the O was in 305. Yeah, very good, very creative, very creative.
And you gotta like mushrooms for that one.
305 tattoo. You guys know that, right?
Well, we're gonna have a topic. Just go ahead and just y'all talk.
Yeah, that's good.
Talk about yourself. I'm the clamp.
This is the OnlyFans show.
This is the OnlyFans show. Apparently,
this is the Jody fan show.
What's cool is it is the OnlyFans show because we only have like 12 fans, and like 4.5 of those are me and my mom. So
see, my mom can't even watch this show because she can't hear the shit that comes out of my mouth. So I do not share because most of my family members just cannot hear the things that I say.
Well, I try to tell her, like, I don't cuss in front of my mom, but then I'm like, look, there's a lot of, I don't know how to put it in any other word. But there's a lot of dumb fuckery that happens with my group of friends. So I don't really know that you want to watch the show. And then she'll send me a message in the morning. She'll go, hey, I watched your show last night. Me and the girls really thought it was funny. But you're right that you guys, I don't know the word you use. And I'm like, it's dumb fuckery, Mom. And she's like, yeah, I would just call it the same, but without the
F word.
Yeah.
Without the kiss.
I'm like,
I say jackassery is probably
the sheer fact that you told me your mom watched the show is the reason
she follows us on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's one of the 4 people.
Yeah, the sheer reason you told me that is the reason I kind of stopped the cussing.
I tried to, and then we let Jack come
every now and again it still does come out. So yeah.
But Mal, it's okay for you. It's okay for you to cuss because your cuss words are totally different than ours.
Very proper cuss words.
Yeah,
I can't take Jeff seriously in that hat. You can't say anything that I'm going to actually believe or think that it's okay.
Could you take me seriously without the hat?
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you.
What's funny is
the hat says it all.
He even turns his head like a lady, like a proper lady. He's like,
I don't know about seriously, but I could take Jeff in that hat.
But would you want to?
Oh my God.
Would you want to?
There, that better?
And this is presented to you by the letters F and U.
But I got to talk like this now.
Jeff,
so you're just talking slower than you normally do, but it still sounds the same.
Jeff, do you have any chops? Do you have chops? Do you own chops too?
Do you really want to see them?
Here we go.
No,
The
we don't
rabbit
want to see
hole
any
never-
assless chaps. Assless chaps are
There it
dancing
is,
in
the
space.
rabbit hole. We just went down the rabbit hole.
We didn't even, I mean,
Jody, do we need to restart?
No.
Hey,
No.
No,
This
this
is
is
what
rabbit
people, this
hole
is what
when
our
somebody's
four
talking about
fans watch
assless
right here.
chaps.
hey, Chuck,
This is what,
Music
oh,
and
what
bourbon.
just happened? This is what Jody's mom likes.
Oh boy.
Jody,
Oh,
did we have
you
a topic this
know.
evening?
Because
You
she
went-
follows
you
us
went
on YouTube. That's why.
Bueller,
We did
Bueller.
have a topic. The topic was, do you guys ever
Bueller.
pair music or think of different types of songs or music or artists or whatever when you have a glass of bourbon or whiskey or rye, whatever it might be? Rum, I don't know. You know, Truly, like you might have down there, Mr. USA, and stuff like that. Do you guys think of any or like Lil Jon up there? I mean, I'm sure it's something by I'm sure it's by someone that's inbred, but do you have any music that you like that you listen to with, you know, that you pair with a drink? That's what I want to talk about.
I'm just looking at Little John, and all I can hear in the back of my head is bluegrass. That's all I can hear.
Down. It's like
I
him
love
and Bite.
bluegrass.
It's like
I
you
love bluegrass as well. I do
know
as
what
well.
you know at
Yeah.
the beginning of Deliverance, when you have that
Mm.
kid playing. Well, that not that kid. That
I was just
Biden,
getting ready to say that.
Yes.
you know, you got
Yeah.
Biden playing guitar, playing the
Yeah.
banjo.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Don't
he
do
looks
that.
like he looks like the character that's sitting on the other side of that guy going. He doesn't say anything; he just sits there.
Got a pretty mouth.
It's a purdy man.
There you go.
Like you don't have enough advertisements on right now. You got to show us your phone too.
And listen, that's my tattoo. It's on my leg. It's called commitment.
Yeah, it's
I'm
That was
gonna
your
make
leg.
you squeal like a pig, boy.
yeah, you know, you
Sorry,
start
carry
talking
on.
Cafe 305 and squealing like pigs, the barbecue sauce comes up, you know.
Okay,
Mhm.
back to what we were talking about, our actual topic. All right.
Oink,
Yeah.
oink,
Okay.
So,
oink,
so
oink.
I'm gonna go to Chuck. Chuck's a musician. Chuck, do you prior to being Triple H, prior to you picking that theme song that you had when you came out, did you well, first of all, did you have any input in that? And if you did you think of any bourbons as the reason why, or any whiskeys or whatever?
Not really. I mean, just whatever's on the shelf, whatever it just depends on the day, actually, how I feel, the mood.
But you
I
don't
really
have any
don't-
go-to that you sit there and go, man, this would pair well with some Who or
No,
Pink
I don't really
Floyd or
have like a
anything.
Black Sabbath type, pairing. If I did, maybe it would be, George T. Stagg or something like that. Something pretty heavy. But no,
With
not
Sabbath.
really.
Huh.
I'm sorry.
With Sabbath.
Oh
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Nice.
But if I did, Eagle Rare would come up a lot.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Mal? Over there in the Queensland.
Yeah,
You better say Sex Pistols.
Oh, I love the Pistols, but when I listen to the
I'd
Pistols,
save
I
the
drink
Queen.
beer. Well, yeah, I am an antichrist. I when I listen to the
No,
when I
David's
listen
not
to
on the show
Pistols-
tonight.
When I listen to the Pistols, I've got to drink beer. There's a lot of
I'm with you there. It's a good one.
British and English music I listen to. I've got to drink beer. However, I've got to admit, I am, as we discussed, I do love bluegrass, but I'm a modern country fan, Southern rock. I was at the gig the other week, or last week, seeing Robert John the Wreck, and I'm a big Zach Brown Band fan. Dirk Bentley and all those guys, and I've got a playlist on my Spotify called Whiskey, Bourbon, Wine, and Beer, and it's just a lot of drink oriented, however you want to say it, songs.
Hey, you guys created the language. You say it the way you want.
Exactly. I'll
We
remind
just
you of that.
perfected it.
Let's not go there. Anyway, being a bourbon and rye drinker primarily, and being a Southern rock and a country fan, it just goes anywhere. I do love my tequila. I do love my rum. When I drink rum, I tend to listen to a lot of the Caribbean music. I listen to Mali and all that sort of stuff. So I do have pairings, but it seems unconscious. It's probably not, but it does feel or seem a little unconscious. But
that's funny. That's funny you say that, because like I don't know if you guys ever hear a George Thorogood song that's one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
One whiskey, one beer. Yeah.
No, it's one bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
Isn't it originally a Johnny?
I don't care about the history of it. I could be completely wrong. I don't give a shit. My point is, have you ever tried the lineup that you can go, you know what? I'm going to a bar right now. I'm driving down the road, and you're like going, it's 9:30 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning. You hear it on the radio, and your kids are with you, and you're like, I'm going there right now. And then your son looks over at you. Can you go after?
That's on my Spotify playlist, and yes, I have done it.
But what's funny is you bring that up about subconsciously. Like when I'm listening to, I like old school country music. You know, David Allen Cole, old George Strait, all that kind of stuff. And
my dad was into Dolly and Chris Christopherson and all those guys as well. That's kind of where I got the country vibe from.
And generally, I'm listening to old country music when I'm cleaning my firearms, and I will always have probably, you know, it's funny because I've cleaned firearms before with a Guinness, you know, having it as my drink of choice, but my preference is probably something made by Russell, to be honest with you. Like either a Wild Turkey 101 or a Rare Breed, or even their Red Breed Rye or something like that. I'll have while I'm cleaning firearms because it's just my drink of choice to listen to old school country. I don't know why it is, but outside of that, it really comes down to, like, if I listen to Bob Marley, and I love Bob Marley, but when I'm listening to that, I actually want to find something Caribbean to drink. I don't know why it is. I don't know if I think I'm on the island with him, but that's what I want. You know,
of course, it's funny the way it works. I mean, Cinco de Mayo, I drink tequila.
See, I can't do tequila. I still have a bottle we've had here for like, I don't know, 10 years probably. I just can't do it.
Gotta try it again, because I was never a tequila person or mezcal, and I was just recently at a tasting, and I had some mezcal that was out of this world, and I got a Blanco high proof tequila that is just fucking stupid sipping good amazingness. So try again.
I'm allergic to the agave. I black out after 2 mini shots, man. I literally black out.
Why'd you have to say?
I'm not gonna say anything about your vagina right now.
Pass out, whatever you want to call it, dude. It's
you mean you're a lightweight?
With tequila, sure.
I'm joking. It's a joke, dude.
Every single time, man. And then I wake up, my throat's all swollen.
All right, let's ask Mark what his jams are.
Thank you, Annie, for going there.
All right, so so if I'm feeling islandish, it would be rum, or it could be some bourbon, but definitely some rum if I'm on island mode. My dad and I get here. You guys know my dad's Trinidadian, so we're sipping rum.
He's not only a dad, he's a Trinidadian.
Yes.
Trinidaddy.
Yeah, and he'll be here next week. He'll be back next week.
He makes all the ladies call him daddy.
He really does. Yeah.
Oh, I bet he freaking can still lay it down too.
Yeah. That's my guy. But yeah, so if I feel
does he make you shot cousin him?
On occasion.
I figured. You're his wingman. You go up, hey, look, my cousin over there. He's disregarded, a little older than me, but he likes to be called daddy.
Yeah.
And he
pretty much,
but he's really shy. Can you go up and just talk to him?
Oh yeah, honestly, it doesn't even take that. They just start coming up to him. You're so handsome. I love your beard. But yeah, it works for him. But now, you mentioned being a musician earlier. If I'm having flashbacks of missing home, especially from the last few times that I was on stage, which has been a few years. I haven't been since I've been here. My drink of choice back then was Knob Creek. So I'm definitely pulling a Knob Creek out. But in that case, I won't do my 12, which is one of my top 5 favorites, but I'll go back to one of the Knob Creek, the 9s or something. So yeah.
What now, Lil John, let's go to you real quick, because I would imagine you'd have a unique take on it, because like me and like Mark as well, we're all military, and we do experience a lot of alcohol while in the military with our buddies, and often music is involved and stuff like that. So outside of your normal costume of today, where you've been working on the farm, so tell me, do you have a drink of choice, or not a drink of choice, but a pairing of music and drink of choice?
Well, I know you look at me and you think Earl Scruggs and Bill Monroe, but you're a little wrong.
Nobody said that but you.
We were thinking Deliverance.
I was thinking Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne.
I was thinking Earl Scruggs and Mel Haggart, and yeah.
First off, you
I
don't
was
like Merle
thinking
Haggard.
that white guy that did
Oh,
bluegrass.
I love
covers
them.
of
Love them.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
love
guys, let's let Lil Jon answer the question.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes,
Annie.
mommy.
Here momentarily, I'll mute her, but go ahead, Lil Jon.
Annie is on point tonight.
Cheers, little firecracker tonight.
The honest answer is the more bourbon I drink, the more
You need to know the words.
that too.
More bourbon I drink, the more country I get.
The more NWA starts playing, the more Digital Underground starts playing.
Whatever, mumble rap.
Shock G, who we lost this year, but and you know, a lot of late 80s, early 90s R&B rap, gangster, what they refer to as gangster rap now. But
what he wants to say is Vanilla Ice. Just say it. It's a quiet group.
I'm all about some Vanilla Ice too, but
Mark, we can tell who's doing it.
it's not a comment follows.
I had to.
But no, I think the more bourbon I drink, the more my music taste change. I think after work, if I'm being serious, it's more of turning on some blues guitar. I need lyrics. I think the appreciation of someone who can hammer down on a guitar and make it.
Bonamassa.
Yeah, I mean, make it sing to you. I think that's good. And that's kind of what pairs well with whatever I'm drinking.
Well, what I should have asked you is instead of what you said, it's apparently what makes your panties wet. And let's move on to the next person. Rob, what about you?
So, I mean, there's some obvious choices here, right? So
I don't know. Is there?
And I know you ain't gonna like this, but if I'm pulling out the old Jack Daniels Sinatra, I'm putting on the Sinatra channel.
Yeah, I'm with you that.
XM, and
Love that.
cranking out some old school Frank, Dean.
I'm with you, Dan.
Sammy Davis.
Jr.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a Rat Pack fan.
I mean,
yeah, go for it.
That's absolutely fantastic.
That's what I want to have
Probably
in a Manhattan, to be honest with you. But I'm with you. Go ahead.
During the summer, sitting out here on the patio, and it really doesn't matter what kind of bourbon I'm drinking. I'm putting on some yacht rock radio and just chilling outside and by myself, listening to some yacht rock and drinking whatever tastes good to me. And I will, to go along with Lil Jon here. You give me some Stevie Ray, and I have the entire collection on my iPod. And
you still have an iPod?
Yes, I do.
Hey, listen, don't get him shit. My wife.
The color is.
Oh, that's okay. I get it. I do have an iPod. I will not get an iPhone, but I have an iPod that has most of my music on it.
But do you have a Walkman cassette player?
And we get some heavier duty bourbon, some higher proof bourbons, and just sit down and chill with that for a while.
Nice.
But I dig it. Annie, since you want to rudely interrupt me to correct me for rudely interrupting somebody else, why don't you go ahead and go? I said go.
I have no pairings with anything. It's
all right.
what
Good
I'm
playing along. All right. So Billy, what about you?
Wow, there you go, Annie. You get him. Let her finish now.
I'm not gonna step in front of that bullet. Go ahead, Annie.
Shots fired.
You're
Yeah,
the one who
right.
wants a half-hour show, and you keep interjecting. So, geez.
Pew, pew, pew.
I like to listen to what I'm in the mood for. So I go anywhere from like heavy metal to I'm
Yep.
pretty much classic rock though. I like Moody Blues and Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and
Uh-huh.
There you go.
all that groovy fun music. Like I love Blues Traveler and like I
Yes.
like but I do one thing I did want to say, but I wasn't going to interrupt, is that I love the way that Mal says country because I really don't
Because
like
that's how it's pronounced.
country music, so it is very country to me.
It's Mingery. It's Mingery music.
Oh, the minge.
The Mingery. It's Mingery music to you, Annie. Huh?
I'm assuming that's a curse word in England.
No, it's not. That.
Vagina.
Continue, Annie. Continue, Annie, please.
I'm sipping. I'm
educate.
drinking.
We'll educate Jack on the after show.
All right.
No.
So can I go to
Okay.
Billy now?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. Thank you for giving me control of my show back. Go ahead, Billy.
So for me, I don't necessarily have a pairing as far as what I'm drinking, but usually when I'm having a drink, it's the end of the day and I'm winding down. So I like Fleetwood Mac, Steve Perry.
What's your favorite song by Fleetwood Mac? I'm just curious.
Dream.
Tusk.
Yeah. I like the chain. That's mine.
Silver Spring.
Yeah, that's a
That
good
bass
one.
line
I
in
like
there
a little
is
bit of the
fucking
Eagles.
sexy.
Tusk.
Eagles, yeah.
Clapton, definitely.
Ooh, what's your favorite Clapton song?
Tears from Heaven.
See, I
And
can
a
play
lot
that,
of
but I
stuff
like
that-
Beautiful.
Layla, the
Yes, sir.
breakdown on the original.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that him and Bob Marley did together. A lot of people don't realize it, but Clapton and Bob Marley did some amazing stuff together that
Yeah.
gets like no
I
real
agree.
love.
Disagree. There's a lot of people that love that. I am a big fan of the Clapton Marley connection.
So for me, like I said, it's usually winding down, and I got nothing against hip hop and R&B, but I don't like noise when I'm trying to wind down the day. You know, if I'm
I feel
working
you.
out or something like that, yeah, but I need something that's, you know, some smooth jazz. I just put on Pandora, and it's a mix of different stuff. And of course, I'm never mad anytime Sade comes by. So, you know, that's it for me. That and a
You
good
mean on the
cigar.
radio or just drops off at the house?
I mean, listen, if she dropped off at the house,
I meant to give you guys an update. So I found a really hot midget, little person, whatever they're called, on Instagram. And dude, this one's so cute. I'll send it to you in the after chat. But anyhow, Jeff, you go ahead. Tell me what you listen to.
So I have not been specifically pairing music, but when everything locked down, I started when I'd go out in the evening to have a cigar and bourbon. I started listening to discographies. And it started with ZZ Top. I watched a documentary about him, and I kind of realized.
Little band from Texas. Yep.
Yeah, I realized I had, as much as I liked their music, as much as I knew about their music, it was mostly just the stuff that was on the radio. So I just started with the first album and just sat there over a few nights, listened through their entire discography, and just at one point listened to the evolution of this band over the decades. And I've been going and doing that with just different bands that are bands I've known for a long time, but not really delved into. The last one I just finished, Alice Cooper. I've never really appreciated what a musical genius this man really was until you sit there and listen from the first all the way to the last. And so that's how I do my evenings, and is just sit there and just try to appreciate a specific artist for a while.
I dig it. Melvin, what about you, brother? When you're out there on the Harley or on your bike, or when you're drinking bourbon, I want to hear all three of them. What do you listen to?
Man, I could tell you 90% of the time, I like maybe country music. But I'm gonna tell you, when I get on my
real quick, because you heard, Annie, did you hear the pronunciation of that? It was country.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Melvin. I'm sorry.
but I was just going to say, there's something that in the soul that when I get on my motorcycle and I'm headed somewhere and I've got a bottle of bourbon in my saddlebag and I know when I've dropped for that night, I love my music very loud. I like 70s hard rock. And the music can't get loud enough because for me, something about the wind in my face on my bike and the loud music that frees my soul. And after I have a shitty job, so I can't get.
You know what? When you say that, I can hear the riff from Radar Love.
Can I hashtag and tag your employer in this post?
There you go.
Well, hashtag shitty job, and we'll put the name of your employer.
There you go.
Radar Love's a good one, but I like the Twilight Zone by them is better by Golden Earring.
Yeah, but I just love that riff, man. It
Especially,
synonymizes like something for me.
Especially driving, man. If you're driving, that comes on. It's just phenomenal.
So I'm sure everybody's seen the meme. Is my musical range goes from
it's Twilight Zone.
Judge me to this shit rocks. Like I listen to almost anything. There's nights I'll sit here and listen to classical. I'll pull out some Bach, or I'll pull out some Beethoven, or Host of Planets, and just here in the dark.
I dig it.
My taste in music is extremely eclectic, the same as yours, Rob. I mean, I listen to classical opera and all that sort of stuff, right through to ska, punk. I have hard rock, not too heavy rock, but hard rock.
Yeah, I'm all about music you can beat your mom to. It's got to be heavy as fuck. But let's go to Jack Frost.
When you're in the gym, when I'm in the gym, I'll listen to
or eating family dinner. It's like all good to me. Anyway,
I'm hungry.
Jack Frost, what do you got, man? He's a Weezer fan. You can tell.
Yes, actually, you know what? That's
because he's a teenage dirtbag.
Yeah,
I like
What's wrong with Weezer?
Nothing's wrong with Weezer. I love Weezer. I was just merely pointing out the way he's acting. You know he's a diehard Weezer fan.
Actually,
that and REM are both in his collection.
Oh God, I can't
stand Nickelback. You're absolutely right. He probably is a ginormous Nickelback fan.
Do not diss REM. REM, I love REM as well.
I do too.
Okay.
I love REM.
Don't like them either.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I actually like Nickelback too. I think they're freaking fantastic.
That's cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on if you're just gonna be an ass. But anyhow, for real.
So I like more of the heavy metal stuff or the heavy rock. Tool, Alice in Chains, Slipknot is really my go-to right about now. Some of the
so is all this happening while you're drinking Truly?
No,
that's so. I need a hashtag and tag them.
That's when he's drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Your number one fan right here.
When I'm drinking Truly, I'm usually listening to like Adele, Amy Winehouse, and the Dead South. I'm kind of digging their stuff right now. I went to a Kings of Leon concert at Red Rocks, and it was the best freaking concert I've ever seen in my life because it was about this time of the year.
He was definitely drinking Truly.
Actually, no, I was drinking 90 shilling then. You could bring in your own stuff. So we had a cooler of just some beer, and 90 shilling is a local beer. It's an amber, and that's my go-to drink. So, but no, that's kind of it. Like when I'm drinking brown sauce, I don't know. I don't really
brown sauce,
amber sauce, whatever you want to call it.
It's funny. All of us are doing the same thing. Like you need the Urban Dictionary of brown sauce is.
Obviously so. I must live too far out of that area of the vocabulary realm. I don't fucking know.
Dead Milkman. I hadn't listened to them in a long time. You're absolutely right. Them and the Dead Kennedys were fantastic.
Bitch and Camaro.
Yes.
Fugazi
Interrupters
was my son's very first, the Waiting Room, very first song as a little infant child. He was singing in the back seat.
Oh, sweet.
The Interrupters, they're actually a really good band, punk band. You honestly, I'm not making a passive aggressive joke here. They're really freaking
I
good,
don't
and
really
all
give a
of their
fuck if they
music
are.
is very positive. And
The puking song.
yeah,
The puking
All right,
song.
so
Mhm.
so let's look at. Well, I dig all of that. You know, when I was riding my Harley all the time, I had my little Hitler helmet, my little Nazi-looking helmet that I would rode with and stuff. It was a novelty helmet. You're not allowed to. It's not DOT approved, but I had a DOT sticker. But anytime that I was going someplace or amping up to go, it's always been my favorite band of all time, Social Distortion. That is the band. Mike Ness is my dude. My deployment song, I heard Lil Jon talking about Rooster, which is a great deployment song. Mine was Gone by Seven Dust. That was my go-to. I know those guys, so that was definitely the one I dug the most. And then I go through different moods, man. There's days I am so into Goldfinger, like, you know, that's 1994, 1995 ska. You
here in
know,
her bedroom.
wow, what a jackass. Anyhow,
That's the
and
Goldfinger song. Do you
I
not
know
know
it is, but it's the way you said it.
Yeah, it wasn't very scarred.
Here in her bedroom.
Now you sound like Ron Jeremy. But anyhow,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
speaking of which, looks like he's going to jail for a long time.
Yes, he does.
So,
Mhm.
Oh,
Hey,
Ron
guys.
Jeremy's going to jail?
yeah, we'll talk about that in the
He
after
needs
show. So,
he needs Bill Cosby lawyers.
Well-
I gotta tell you another way music kind of ties in here. Last weekend we went out backpacking into the woods on Friday night.
you can't.
So
be
I
serious.
took a flask, took some George Dickel rye in one flask, but then I decided in the second flask I was taking some Rebel Yell 100, just in case in the midnight hour I wanted more.
Oh, Midnight Hour. Good tune.
Rebel Yell.
Love me a little Billy Idol.
More. Anyhow, guys, always been
but-
fun. I like
Midnight Hour is a good song as well.
I like
Sorry,
one and a
go
half
on.
of you guys. So guys, have a wonderful night. Peace out. Boom. Always fun. Fuckers.
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony. Fuck you, Tony.